Good day. You're watching the Armwood Opinion channel here on YouTube. Outside again on a beautiful spring day. It's cloudy, but the temperature is nice and mild. It is the 16th of April, mid-April, and we're going to be surveying the political situation right now here in America and also the world. One of the biggest issues that has been plaguing the world as a whole over the past 2 years has been the COVID crisis, COVID-19. And many people have thought from time to time that the virus was gone or going away. We're seeing an upsurge here in the United States, particularly in the Northeast, but also in regions like the South, though the upsurge in the Atlanta area is fairly small, given the numbers that it had been. But it's still dangerous, so people need to still social distance and wear masks when they're in groups of people, especially people that they are not close to and don't know their COVID status. This virus is still deadly to the unvaccinated and can cause illness among the vaccinated, particularly elderly people. So even if you're young, think about your elders. We live in a community. So please consider them when you go to the supermarket and wear a mask. It's just common sense and common courtesy. But unfortunately, so many people are self absorbed, they don't even think about it. I don't think they do it intentionally. I just think they don't think about it. Also, on this issue, on the world front, we're having some problems with countries reporting what the actual death toll is from COVID. There was a very sad article in the New York Times this morning talking about how India, in particular, has been refusing to report its numbers accurately to the World Health Organization. And this is major because what it does is gives people an unrealistic view of how serious the virus is. We need to know. States like Florida, with Governor DeSantis, have had that problem in the United States. So it's not just an Indian problem or a world problem. We've had problems with states in the United States. Governor Kemp in Georgia, where we live, has from time to time withheld the reporting of numbers on the COVID virus. So we've got to start growing up, acting like adults, and handling this like the serious crisis it was. Remember, the last pandemic, starting in 1917, was still reverberating through our communities in the early 1920s. So it takes a while to do this. And just deeming this and saying, oh, well, now it's an endemic, let's just like the flu. That is the wrong attitude. We need to try to wipe this out totally. And the way to do it is to starve the beast. Don't give it a chance to spread. Quite simple. Like we did with polio, like we did with smallpox. That's how we need to see it, not like the seasonal flu. That's not smart. And I've heard people, particularly business people, say that because their main concern is profits and not people's health. And it's very, very sad. Okay, other things. In the United States, each day it seems more information comes out about the Trump administration's complicity in the planning of the January 6th insurrection. Most of us, I think, with any sense, knew this from the beginning, and or at least from the morning of the 6th, when Trump told them to go down to the Capitol and that he was coming with them. And then he didn't show up, and then they stormed the Capitol and broke in the biggest attack on the Capitol in American history. And then they sent fake electors to various states. These people need to be prosecuted. Garland, seasoned attorney, seasoned judge. Many of us have questions about his ability to act like an assertive prosecutor because so far he hasn't taken that tone. I'm not going to say that he hasn't done it because behind the scenes, we don't know all he's doing. We know he's had 770 some prosecutions, but they're all low level people. It seems like that the old story that we've known all of our lives is still true. That if you're somebody with wealth, somebody who is not of a minority group, you can get away with crime and not go to jail. And that is what it appears to be happening now. And I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But so far, that's the way it looks. So, number one, we want to see some high level prosecutions. We know Mark Meadows committed crimes. We know Donald Trump committed crimes. I mean, the man asked the Attorney General of Georgia to find him votes. Senator Lindsey Graham asked the Attorney General of Georgia to find votes for Donald Trump. Both of these men should have been prosecuted and arrested. It's a disgrace to the United States, who claims to be a land of justice, that these men have not been prosecuted. This has to change, and it shouldn't be a year and 3 months after a crime and they haven't been prosecuted. A kid in Georgia has a joint, and if he's black, he's likely to be prosecuted, immediately arrested. What signal does that tell our young people about justice in America? The signal is it's two-tiered. If you're rich and famous, you don't get prosecuted. If you're a regular, ordinary citizen, particularly a poor minority, you do get prosecuted. This is the wrong signal. We need to have equal justice in America for once. We've never had it in our history. Yes, I said that. We have never had it. We pretend to have it. We teach it in our schools, but it's a lie. And this lie is being shown to the whole public right now. It's time to stop it. Alrighty. That's my message for today, and a message I have been repeating. You're listening and watching to the Armwood Opinion channel here on YouTube. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, and please be prepared to vote. If you live here in Georgia, the primaries are, I believe, May 24th, and the general election at the beginning of November. Everywhere around the country, you're having a general election in November. Here in Georgia, we're voting for the Senate seat, which is held by Reverend Warnock, and we hope to keep that seat in the great Reverend's hands. Reverend Warnock, who was elected 2 years ago, is running for a full term. We need his support. And in the gubernatorial race, we have a Republican primary between David Perdue and Governor Brian Kemp. Trump is supporting Perdue. Kemp is the man who, in the last gubernatorial election as Attorney General, Kemp worked very hard to suppress black votes, running against Stacey Abrams. He is running against Stacey Abrams again. This time, we must get out and help Stacey Abrams win. For decency's sake, if not anything else. Brian Kemp is a thug. He's dumb. Listen to him talk. And on that note, remember, resistance is not futile. And those of you who have been watching Star Trek Picard know that the Borg are still out there in the science fiction world. Our real life Borg are the Republican Party and its minions, its drones that support them, the MAGA heads, and the QAnon people. Have a good day.